Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to yet another episode of the Black Kings Frequency. I'm your host, Richard the Messenger.
Joby.
Joby.
Shmoney.
SS to the Money Plans.
Period.
What's going on?
Good.
How you guys been?
Feeling revolutionized.
You feeling cold?
Revolutionized.
Not cold?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Not.
Okay. Just confirming.
Part of the drip.
It's part of the outfit.
Yeah.
Zero questions. Yeah?
Mnanichokoza.
Joby, how you been?
I'm okay, you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm amazing. You feel me?
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Hey, hata mgenipea shangwe na vigelegele.
Hey, Chad, the messenger.
But I'm good.
How you feeling?
Happy the cast is out.
Yeah.
It needs like 2 more months to realign and be 100%.
Yeah.
But I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I can do some
Good to
things.
see you back.
Yeah, I can do so. Acha nikwambie kwa bafu. Ilikuwa uongo.
Man, walai. So hujaosha matako for a long time.
Imagine nilikuwa tu naoshwa.
He's a man.
Pole.
Also, why was that the first place you went?
I'm like,
Ni mkono singeosha. Tuanze na hiyo.
butt crack. It's a problem.
Yo, my ass is clean, guys. I
Oh my
promise.
God,
I
yeah.
promise. I swear. I swear, man. How's your week been
Dope.
so far?
Yeah, I mean,
The wiki imeanza.
I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Through life.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
look good. You look amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. It's looking. That glow is on you.
Thank you. I
Not
appreciate
checking, man. Not checking. What is your favorite color? Is it brown?
White.
White.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maroon.
Okay. Drip goddess.
Black and gray
Black. You're like me.
and white.
Okay, white
Yeah.
is too much for me.
Yeah, black, gray, and white.
Like I remember that one time I was at your place. I was
Yeah.
like, this is the opposite of my house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's white. I love
No, your house is
Yeah.
too white for me.
It's too white. I love
Mine
white,
is the
gray,
opposite.
and black. Yeah.
Mine is the
You love
opposite.
maroon, yeah?
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
maroon.
you always
Yeah.
love
I
maroon.
love white.
You
Yellow,
love what?
I love yellow too.
Yellow or
'Cause
mustard?
Cause you keep
I
your
think mustard, yeah.
Mustard, okay.
Yeah, because I feel like
Shimani
nimeangalia
ni
closet
chokoza.
yangu
I know.
juzi nikipanga
You
niko
go
like
to-
wa
I mean, even
Even the house,
Yeah,
you know.
I wanted to say it, yeah. Yeah.
Yellow.
For real?
No, I mean I've blended.
Yeah,
but
unasema
Yellow
yellow.
like
I know.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow.
Yeah.
That's what's up,
It's in the
man.
blood.
For me, I think it's black. Shimani amengoja kusema hiyo kitu.
Nimesema mara mingi mnanilenga tu. Mnanilenga.
Walai tena.
Yeah.
You're like you're representing.
I know. Represent your people.
God damn.
Interesting. But do you feel like there are good stereotypes attached to tribe?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we've discussed only the bad ones.
Yeah, because it's only the bad ones.
Like,
Like, sijui wa Kikuyu ni nini?
Yeah, there's good stereotypes.
Yeah.
Like Wakamba wanajua kupeana. That's all.
Yeah.
Sisi kama ni ukweli.
Loser verse.
Sijui kama ni ukweli.
No, at least there are things. And those are stereotypes, but they're facts.
Wengi ni weupe na Wakamba.
Yeah, Wakamba.
Tunajua rangi yetu.
That's what's up, man. But today we're talking about revolution in Africa as a whole. And this comes today, we've seen some protests happening not only here in the 254, but just hapo kando, Uganda. And we're really hoping Maria and the team join us, but you know. Kamlesh is here. Anaingia kutoka. Anaingia kutoka. Anaingia kutoka.
Nuko kwa mtungi. Wamekuweka kwa mtungi.
Mtungi.
Guy is anime.
Uko Emba?
Uko Sioki.
Ala. Hii story ya JKA ilikuwa ukweli ama? Wala. What?
For real. Chao wingi. Niona kwa watu wanakatazwa nafika highway.
Yeah.
Wanaambiwa go back.
Imagine. Yeah. Yeah. One time. Yeah. Then it is not. Yeah. That's true.
Man, we're trying to get her to connect with us. See if we're gonna be able to have this conversation as they put us on.
Yeah.
You know.
Because kwa ground vitu ni different.
Yeah,
it's not on social media.
That's true, man. But I see Uganda's main point of view is basically fighting corruption. And it's crazy, you know, for you to be in a country like Uganda na ufike kwa street yenyewe umechoka kushinda wa Kenya. Because you know in Uganda how crazy it is. Like wewe utafichwa tu in plain sight, you know. So shout out to them. We've seen Joby, we were watching, they were saying someone must resign. It was Anita.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Anita is a government official, and they're saying she should resign, and they're fighting corruption.
I was also sharing a video on my show earlier. I don't know if it's true. Maybe that's just what we got to see to see of the early hours protest, because I've seen some few people from Uganda wametokea, but there's no so much police brutality like in Kenya. Like I
Mm.
just loved the way they handled a lady who was resisting arrest. Like she laid down, and unlike the way we see cops in Kenya dragging you, beating you, they were trying to be actually patient with her. So I just hope that's the situation for real on the ground, not just from one video. That would be so nice. And I feel like if there's less police brutality, people are gonna be more encouraged to actually then come out. Cause
true, and for theirs it was
doing what is
actually
right.
100% peaceful.
Man,
There was no fighting the cops, you know.
yeah.
I saw someone asking them if they've read their constitution and if they have an allowance in their constitution to picket and protest, because the few guys who've been arrested, they've been charged with 2 counts: common nuisance and idle and disorderly. That is nuts. You're protesting for corruption, but unaambiwa wewe umekosa kazi, wewe rudi mtaa.
Sini kama ule mwenye alishikwa akaambiwa sijui amekunywa na hajaionza
man, exactly.
You know, you've never tasted alcohol, but they're blaming you and accusing you of being an alcoholic.
But you know that's how the police are.
Yeah, man. And speaking of Team Uganda, we have Team Uganda in the house. Shout out to Ino Setu. Let us welcome you officially. You feel me? Perfect timing. Shout out to Setu. Is Maria with you? Setu. Tumempoteza kiasi.
Okay.
He's still there, but I'm assuming, anyways, they'll be here. But it's good to see them because we are speaking from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
But them, as Shmani said, vitu kwa ground.
Exactly.
It's different, you feel me?
True.
But Setu, I wanted to ask, are you with Maria today?
Yeah, she's coming.
Okay.
Karibu, how you doing?
Sana. How are you? How are you holding up?
I'm doing good. How is everyone there?
Fine, thank you.
How is Uganda?
We're seeing you guys taking up arms. How is Uganda currently?
Apparently, actually, people are organizing since morning to march to the parliament.
Okay.
However, they have been sabotaged by the rain.
Okay.
A lot of people have been, of course, imprisoned, most especially those that are in the opposition part of the government.
Okay.
Most especially those people that are in that, of course, that political party that is leading opposition, and that is the National Unity Platform that is led by Bobby Wine.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been, of course, detained before they even go to march. They have been detained before they go to march.
Before you even go outside.
Sorry?
You've been detained before you even get a chance to go.
Yeah. Before you go, they arrest you. However, some people have tried. Some people in town that are those people that are near the Parliamentary Avenue, and that is the road that heads to the Parliament.
Yeah.
Tried to march, but a lot of deployment has been around that place. So it is very hard to reach that place because it is surrounded with military police and the real police, the real police we know about.
But I have a question, Setu. Was the demonstrations being led by Bobby Wine, or did Ugandans organize online like the way we saw in Kenya and then executed it on the ground, or is it being led by Bobby Wine?
You said what?
I'm asking, is the demonstration in Uganda being led by Bobby Wine, or did Ugandans themselves just decide they're gonna go to the streets? Because you said most of the people being arrested, they're from the opposition party. So is this being led by Bobby Wine, or is it just Ugandans going to the ground?
When we look at, actually, people have that feeling to go and, of course, protest or demonstrate by themselves. But when we go down and we look at the social media posts that, of course, that awakened everyone, it was Bobby Wine's, of course, post. So that puts Bobby Wine to be leading this. However, before actually on Monday, I came out and said that this demonstration is non-religious, non-tribal, nor political.
Mm.
But to me, I see it is led by Bobby Wine. To me,
Okay. So you feel like he's the one who's calling out on people to
come
out on the
yeah.
streets?
Yeah.
I guess so, because actually, it is after his post that we are going to march to the parliament. And now people wake up and like they be like, we are going to march or to the parliament, no corruption stuff. After his post, however,
Okay.
people had that feeling of marching, but he's the main figure. When to me,
Uh-huh. How do you feel about it being the fact that it's being led by an opposition? And because I was talking about this earlier today on my show, saying that both in East Africa we are experiencing a revolution,
Yeah.
but now
Yeah.
having facts from in Osetu right
Yeah,
now,
from
you
the
can see that
ground.
this is being
Yeah.
led by Bobby Wine.
Bobby Wine.
So I'll ask Osetu, how do you feel about Bobby Wine leading the demonstration, and if you guys yourselves, the way we've seen Kenyans operating this, organizing and executing, how do you feel about Bobby Wine leading, and if you guys did it yourselves? That's the question.
my feeling about Bobby Wine towards leading this, of course, demonstration. Before, well, actually, the demonstration or protests in Kenya, they gave actually opposition leaders a chance to show up.
Okay.
So Bobby Wine leading this, to me, it's not bad because we are looking for change. We want change. We want good things.
Mm-hmm.
So, so if we is leading, whether Bobby Wine is leading, whether Innocent is leading, it is fine as long as we get change.
Okay, I disagree with you because Bobby Wine is a sellout too. Just the same way we have Raila right in Kenya, and understanding oppositions. As for me, oppositions are paid puppets also who play a role in a country, and that is creating distraction. So Bobby Wine, and if you check most of the facts, I don't know if maybe you guys have had these shows or discussed it, but Bobby Wine has been working together with people like Bill Gates, who is a no good to Africa. Bobby Wine, a majority of the things actually he pushes is for his own political agenda, just like any other opposition leader. So personally, I disagree with you, and I was actually happy thinking Ugandans are taking it to the streets without anyone leading this. The same way, because saying me standing on this mark and saying that Kenya is putting an impact on other countries is you moving tribelessly, oppositionlessly, leaderlessly. You are doing this because you understand why you are on the streets. But no,
But again, let me ask you guys. Where is this Bobby Wine? If he's leading, I've not seen any post.
Was he in the
streets? Because I've not seen him on our Kenyan, vlog.
Because Setu said he
So,
thinks. Yeah.
When we look at Bobby Wine as a person, this is a person that Ugandans have understood, like Ugandans have understood and have studied Bobby Wine to the extreme. This is a guy that of course that demonstrates on social media. He doesn't go to real field, like to find him on street stuff doing stuff. He just gets a small clip, posts it on his social media handle stuff. That is his demonstration, and it's done. We have actually other opposition leaders here in Uganda that are stronger than Bobby Wine.
Yeah.
That are stronger than Bobby Wine. However, Bobby Wine is actually Bobby Wine is also actually a citizen of Uganda. I can't judge him because when he's among the protesters stuff, I don't judge him like step back because he's also Ugandan. But according to me, according to what I see, according to Bobby Wine's post that he posted yesterday, He came with a certain ghetto guy. He was a young boy of like 22 years on his post. On his, of course, on his interview, was like, this is a non-tribal stuff demonstration, but he showed in that guy that is the one leading. But to me, I make my own examination that it is the guy that is leading. Because why is it that like Ugandans were not waking up earlier before? Because Kenyan protests were earlier happened actually at the beginning of this month.
Okay, personally, I'm going to be very honest. I've never seen Bobby Wine, as much as he's always talking on social media. Yes, I'm going to give him that. I've seen him talking on social media, calling out in the bad leadership of Museveni, corruption.
Bobby Wine's a puppet.
But underline, I did say that. I said that he is a puppet, just like any other opposition. He's serving his own interest, not the interest of the people.
It's a chess game.
So if I try to go back to history, just like what Setu is saying, majority of the times he's posting things online. That is his form of demonstration. And I'm not saying Raila is better. We've seen him appear on the ground. So if you really mean a change for the people, you have to be there. You have to act as an example. And I want to use people like Boniface Mwangi and the rest who are leading peaceful demonstration. You have to be there to show people courage. You can't just talk online and say, hey, I stand with the people. I'm calling
And
out for
revolution
change.
is not online. Revolution is not online. Literally, if we would just be online, just talking on Twitter and not going on the ground, nothing would have happened. You have to go on the ground and tell people because people want to see action. Words is Twitter.
I'm gonna be I'm gonna say I'm proud of Ugandans for those who, even if I remove the picture of Bobby Wine, okay?
Those who showed up.
The ones who just showed up. But I just hope you can understand you can do this without an opposition leading you. Understand this is for your own interest. There's a video I was watching and this guy was saying he's so tired. I don't know, his name is J. Kwame Taure, I think. I don't know if you know him. Kwame Taure, I think that is his name, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Kwame Taure. He was saying he's so sick of seeing, I think it's a video from his time. He's so sick of seeing the generation. No, Kwame Taure. Kwame Taure, something like that. So he said he's so sick of seeing generations, like a current generation, saying, when will I ever live good? When will I ever have a soft life? But you don't understand, you are living in an era that cannot provide the soft life or the whatever you want. To live comfortably, you have to fight for it, you know? And basically, that is what I'm trying to see with Ugandans. You know, you don't have to just move, understanding this is not about your opposition, it's all about you.
What I'm curious to know, and I would like Setu to enlighten me, is if their constitution allows for protest and picketing, because that can be one of the angles that, you know,
It allows
protest and picketing.
But I think it allows because the president is saying so.
Our constitution allows demonstration, peaceful.
Okay, interesting. And from what I saw online, the main agenda seemingly is corruption and fighting corruption. Would you like? Is there anything else that, you know, Ugandans are trying to fight currently in this current demonstration, or is it corruption in itself within the government? Sorry?
I saw some of as we get.
No, I was asking, we've seen that from online that you guys are demonstrating because of corruption. Is that the case, or there is other agendas tied to it? It's more than that.
Apparently, these of course protests they are anti-corruption protests.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, okay. Shmani, you were saying?
I saw some of the demands. I really don't remember the vlog, but I remember I read some in the morning. They were actually demanding for auditing of the MPs. I think they have MPs auditing of the government MPs' wealth and stuff like that. They also for firing of the corrupt MPs and stuff like that. Also, for those who are still corrupt in the government, they want them fired.
Yeah.
There are some of them, they want them removed from office too.
Entirely.
Yeah, entirely. A few of them, I don't remember their names. I'm going to get the page so well. There are demands on this demonstration. But mostly it's about just the same thing Kenyans are fighting for. Literally corruption, auditing of wealth. That is the same thing I see Kenyans want, because these people are wealthy. And
corruption for Uganda is such an underrated word.
really?
Yeah.
Why?
Call out on dictatorship, goddammit. So like, what do you mean corruption? What do you mean this guy's been in power for almost like 30 plus
I know, right?
Anti-corruption. This is past corruption. We're talking about dictatorship. But it's what you guys should be actually calling out, said to like, there's no way we're gonna have generations. I mean, how many generations since Museveni became president have been born? You know, since this guy was president.
He's been president for 40 years.
Imagine. And people are getting old, other people are dying, reincarnating, coming back. It's still the same goddamn rule of that country. And they have the audacity to say, I'm producing wealth. What wealth? What wealth? Okay, maybe I'm judging. Said to
from the outside.
yeah,
You're an outsider.
If you try look at Kenya and Uganda, which country is developed more? Just from your own.
Kenya.
Let's set the talk, kid. Let's see
I don't know if Seto's ever been to Kenya before. He might not know. But go ahead, Seto.
Essentially for them.
Actually, I've never went to Kenya personally.
But if you try look online.
Joby got an agenda.
Look at Joby. Joby said you can look online. Let me put it to rest. Kenya is more developed than Uganda. Okay? So now what? Now continue.
So what wealth is Museveni claiming? Huh?
Well, there's a lot of wealth.
What wealth?
There's a lot of
Why
wealth.
don't people have it?
No, it's just tied up there. It's like Kenya, but on a higher level.
Well, you need to withdraw that wealth. You need to step the heck down. No corruption here. You guys, you should talk to me very nice, or talk to Kenyans well. We'll help you write your agenda. It is not corruption. It is dictatorship. Okay?
But I also feel, Joby, however much is dictatorship, there's also corruption that we can't exclude from that. However much, listen, dictatorship, but I believe it's also step by step. And let us not acknowledge the fact that they had the confidence to get out and talk about it. And they're fighting, number one, for corruption. Probably, I do believe, right now on our vlogs, maybe the Ugandan vlogs is too much, but on our vlogs, we see like a few people being arrested, and we acknowledge that for them. And tomorrow maybe there might be like 3,000 people, and on Friday there might be like the whole country getting a man of check.
Yeah, it starts slow. It starts slow, Shimon, because they're still scared. You understand? They've been living. Imagine the kind of propaganda you've been living under for 40 years of the same man in power. So you grown up with that fear. You grown up with your grand. You go back to when your grandma was a kid. This nigga was the president. So you got fear. You got fear.
And even in Kenya, remember in Kenya when we started the first day, people didn't believe it.
Exactly.
And then now the second day when people say,
that's what I told you. Thank you, Shimon. That's what I tried to tell Joby. Besides the kids, they're kids.
It starts small.
Gradual. Listen, so I have a question, okay? Yeah. So understanding that majority of the people we are acknowledging for having the balls to come out. There is some balls in the Museveni's country, you know? That is such a god. You know, Museveni is very funny, you guys. I never listened to Museveni's speech. He's very comical. It's very funny though. So apart from understanding that most of the people came out due to the fact that Bobby Wine spoke, you know, and we can see the arrest. Something else I want to understand, and I was talking, I don't know if this is true, Seto. I was saying, I've seen a video of the way the police are handling the people. It's very gentle. unlike Kenya, the police brutality is really, really bad in Kenya. Like, I don't know if it's true. What I saw in that video, are police handling people gently, or is it brutal?
Well, they've poured a bunch of armored trucks
Yeah,
to the CBD.
I want to, because of the video I saw, the lady was really handled very
But she
well.
was carried, Joby.
Yeah, that
is
is
not
not
handling.
What do you see in Kenya? Just be honest, Shmani. With our people, what do you see? Let's exactly. They shoot you straight in the head.
But Joby, however much, this was like in the morning. I was reading that 20 police officers were arresting one motorist, and even with that girl, how many police did you see? Yeah, that was Uganda. With that girl, how many police did you see around?
It's okay, but they didn't miss something.
There were like 10 or
They didn't
15.
handle her.
15 people against one person.
Say too, is there police brutality in Uganda right now as we talk about the demonstrations?
Hey, for Uganda, I don't even think it's brutality. It's death.
Yeah, I feel like it's.
Yo,
I want to hear from Setu.
you know Uganda is worse than us.
What HR has said is exactly right.
Have they killed
For
somebody
you
yet?
to know that is true, and they are ruled by so much fear, we're seeing the captions being so many youths, but we only see 10 people holding hands,
Yeah.
walking, and everyone else is just
It's
staring
minding
at
their
them.
business.
Just staring at them, because wanajua.
But at the end of the day, the fear has to be gone if you want a revolution.
Yeah.
A revolution is not, the fear is going to be there.
Of course.
But you come into terms with it and decide have to face my fears and go out on the streets. Yeah, and go to the streets and fight. And I do believe today if we have 10 people or 20 people, tomorrow, somebody's going to say, oh, if 10 people can come out, what about...
Yes, Shimani, but Uganda's not at that point yet. So Kenya, like you said, gradually Kenya got to that point. So Uganda's got to work up to that point. They're still scared. So that's what you got to understand. It's good. And you're working with a brutal, wicked ass nigga. 70 is wicked, wickedly corrupt and evil. You know, just like HR said, it ain't no kid gloves. It's death. He's taking you back. He's torturing the fuck out your ass. You're not leaving there.
Another question I have for you, Setu. What is the situation of journalists? Are they allowed to go around? Is there mainstream media?
Are you crazy?
I'm asking Setu. Go on, Setu. Are journalists allowed to?
The issue of journalists, unless when you are a government, like you're working for a government media house, it's when you can, of course, cover these stories that are related to such protests and demonstrations. But if you're not, if you're working for a private media company, it's not very easy to cover such stories because they can beat you up.
It is so sad because I was looking at it.
So, when you go to YouTube stuff, have you seen any videos that are actually a full video like we used to see like a full live of Kenyans protesting? Have you seen any live of Ugandans protesting?
No.
No, it's not. So that means it is not easy to cover such stories.
Yeah, but I was also seeing on X in the morning on Ugandan X, and a lot of people from the tweets, those who are Ugandans, I'm trying to get them, maybe I'll read them later. Some of them were journalists and they were asking for and praying for protection. And they're like, today I'm coming out as a journalist going to capture this and this. And you could see them like really showcasing that on their X space. But I've not really seen much about what is happening. And I believe the reason why maybe we are seeing 5 people on the ground is because just in the same way Setu has said, those people work for the government are the ones that are capturing. So probably on the ground it's not 5 people. They want to show us it's shallow. Probably they want to show us on social media it's a shallow demonstration. And at the end of the day, a lot of people are there. Also corruption when it comes to media availability and media freedom in dictatorship countries in Africa, it's super, super crazy. Probably it's not the same thing we are seeing because in Kenya you're seeing like 5 people.
Exactly, Shimani.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And I think it's just that gradual unlearning and for Ugandans to just slowly be like, hey, this fear is enough.
Yeah.
You know. But that takes time because I know, man, Uganda is crazy. Because you see, in Kenya, even at the height of it, someone would start shouting at Kwasura Karao at a police officer's face.
Yeah.
You try that in Kampala, you guy.
Guys were twerking with the police officers.
You damn sure do, HR. And the funny thing about it, but Museveni's not used to even them talking back to him. There was a video going viral when he told you, when one of you said something, he said, "Hey, you, shut up. You, shut up." He's not used to even people saying anything to him. So, yeah.
I feel like it was really
The fact is, the fact is, it is not very easy to cover such stories. Most especially when actually those stories that we see, those are stories that have been covered by government media.
Exactly right, Santa. Let me say some. Hold to stuff. I had Maria go interview Bobby Wine. That's 5 years ago now. That's 5 years ago. I had Maria go interview Bobby Wine at his house, and Museveni locked her ass up for that shit. Museveni locked up for just the interview. Locked her ass up for just interviewing Bobby Wine ass. So yeah, go ahead, Santa. Go.
Yeah. So
today I was watching. Actually, around noon, I was watching Al Jazeera talking about what is happening in Uganda. The whole Al Jazeera, with all its Al Jazeeraism, it had no video footages for what is happening in Uganda.
Yeah.
Because you can't go out with your cameras, they will take them. They will confiscate everything.
Okay. I'm seeing Bobby Wine's tweet from yesterday.
And that's how you live in a democracy, Santa. A democracy.
Yeah, we're seeing Bobby Wine saying that the protests are not organized by his party, but he supports the movement, and he's saying they want to make it look like it's the NUP, for it to look like a partisan matter, like between parties. But he hasn't affiliated himself as a leader, but he supports it.
Okay.
So we love to see it, man. And Setu, would you be willing to put yourself in the front line at some point?
and take some tear gas.
Like Shmani and them did.
Yes, sir. We did some for the culture.
You feel me? I had a broken arm, I couldn't go, but they represented fully.
HR
Seto's like Joby. Seto says Seto has children. It's for the children. He can't be doing that shit. Seto has children.
Fighting for
in the streets, kid, and he'll have kids.
Period. I was in the streets.
We're fighting for the kids. People saying you ain't got no kids. You can do what you want.
But no!
You can eat all the tear gas.
Future reference.
You ain't cooking for nobody.
Oh my god. I feel like Setu is scared.
Ooh.
Of course he's scared, goddammit. He lives in a dictator state. Of course they're scared. You guys are like, yeah, they're scared.
Yeah, that's why we can yap like
even the rights that we enjoy and the freedoms we enjoy online, I don't think they also enjoy the same.
I feel like they all, but I just can't. They've instilled the ladder because there's no rule that has told them not to.
No, but it's the fear. Because I've seen they're tracking phones now. They're advising people go to the supermarket, get some food.
Use a VPN. Kenyans, you know this.
Now for them, they're saying buy a foil paper.
Yeah.
Wrap that shit up.
Surely, old is Uganda?
To avoid tracking.
Uganda is 1,000 years asleep. If you ask it.
But Setu, how do you see this projecting in the near future? Do you see it as a fire that will keep growing, or they'll shut it down?
Sorry?
I'm asking, how do you feel like the protests are gonna go in the next? In the next few weeks.
The fact is, according to what is happening, however much people are protesting,
Okay.
protesting is going on, but it doesn't have that vibe. It doesn't show any prospects.
Uh-huh. Yes, Setu.
Like the protesting is not giving that vibe. It doesn't give hope for whether it's going to happen.
He's not giving. Come to Kenya. Let us show you the way.
We're gonna have fun.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
It is vibeless protesting. Because people are working, people are still like shops are open, people are doing trade, people are doing their stuff, the army is there. So everything like protesting is there, but doesn't have that feeling, that life. It doesn't have life.
Everybody wants to be Kenyan in Africa. I also saw Nigerians saying almost the same thing. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like also talking about fear, HR. I feel like these leaders are using the same system they learned from the colonialists.
Yeah.
Yes, Shimani, yes.
Because they actually came with the system of instilling fear to us, kill us, you accept their religion or you die, you accept their governorship or you die. And that is what they're doing right now. They just took the same system and they put it to people. And that's why you see when people are going to the streets, we have President Ruto warning people, we have Museveni saying, don't play with fire, and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, they want to instill fear to people. And I believe revolution starts from the people, rather with the people. You have to accept the fact that we are going for this. I feel like Ugandans are just moving without a plan. Like once everybody, because also
Revolution is no plan. Revolution has no plan. It's organic, Shimani. You gotta lose the fear. They're scared to death. You guys have lost your fear. So you gotta understand people have not come to that threshold like Kenyans and just saying, fuck it. I'd rather die than live like this. The Kenyans are at that point. The Ugandans are not. Ugandans say, man, I like to get fucked up till Saturday night. I don't want to be dead.
I feel like it hits you out. It hits you up, and you're like, man, I'm tired. I'm going regardless of what Bobby Wine says or not.
Exactly. They're not there yet. Exactly right, Shimon. See, but the Kenyans are there. Kenyans have reached a tipping point where they're like, fuck it. Fuck this shit. The Ugandans are still not there. They're still caught in fear. That's only so many came out. They're still scared to death.
Yeah.
And they're dealing with a psychopath. 70 is a psychopath. It's like Kagame. You fucking around with psychopaths. They're gonna try to hold on to power no matter what. They're willing to kill your babies, your grandmother, your whatever to stay in power. So, you're dealing with real old school cracker created dictators. Shit. So you got to get over that fear first, because the 70s are going to do everything to hold on to power. You think he's just been in power for 40 years not killing motherfuckers? You know he ain't been elected no 40 years. There's bodies all around Uganda that's been shot in the head and thrown in the ditches, getting in his way. So they know that.
That's crazy, but I think it's all a matter of time, because even in Kenya and
I do too.
We sound right now, it's been over time and we can't compare. I think Uganda is where our parents were at our age.
Exactly.
And then we had the Bobby Wines at the Wangari Mathais. The very few that were willing to get the beatings, our Nyayo house. I think that's what they are, and we need to support them in solidarity. But I've also seen some Kenyans are crossing over the Ugandan border.
What?
Yeah, to go support them.
God damn.
Yeah, they say they're going to.
See? Kenyans on the jack. If you get a bunch of Kenyans going across that border, it's gonna be some trouble.
It's gonna be crazy.
They say they're taking the flight from JKIA and flying to Uganda to help them. Ugandans are way
crazy, because today we also have protests that are happening in Kenya, and I've seen someone post, we've just been arrested at some mall, and someone replied and said, please to anyone who's being arrested today, kindly specify whether you're Kenyan or Uganda. We know how to help you. Try to find Oyster Bay Mom and it's in Uganda.
I know. To know you like I've been arrested. Are you Kenyan? Where can we? Which police station should we come?
You feel me?
Are you in Baganda?
Yeah,
Kingdom?
but we love to see it, and there's sort of a revolution that is happening, and it's slowly catching fire.
I like the fact that Kenyans have set that pace for everybody, and it's really super amazing to see countries.
It is super amazing. I said it was coming, but I never thought. Joey said, "Where's it gonna come?" I said, "I don't know what country, Jovi. It's coming. I don't know who's gonna unite it. I know it's gonna be Kenya. I didn't know. I said, I damn sure no one's gonna be Nigeria. I knew that. I said, I don't know. I said, there ain't gonna be no Nigeria, but it's gonna be an African country that's gonna unite, ignite the whole thing. I didn't know it was gonna be Kenya, but Kenya should be very proud."
Exactly. So shout out to our motherland. But again, the fact that is happening, we see a lot of countries. Today we are sharing a video of this Nigerian vlogger. Last year, I think they attempted, but they've actually set their dates to 1st August. That is when they're getting on the street officially. So we are yet to see that, but they're saying the Gen Z from also Nigeria are the ones that are actually organizing this. Okay. And they're actually being following the Kenyan footsteps and what the Kenyans have done. And I feel like it's super, super amazing because Nigerians are like 250 million. Or rather, right? That is 5 times Kenyans. So they can really do it if they want. We've also seen Gambia doing almost the same thing happening over there. South Africans, I think they attempted, if I'm not wrong.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he was sharing also a video about that. I'm not so sure about it. But you see, this is happening in a lot of countries.
Outside Africa.
Even Bangladesh also doing the same thing.
Yemen is still going up.
Yeah.
You know, Haiti is going crazy.
Yeah. It's about that time. Like this poor government. Because people are fighting. You know, people are saying you're claiming for, you want a lot. We just want good governance.
Yep.
There's nothing like a lot. It's just good governance.
How's it's not in good governance, Shimani. It's actually getting back what belongs to you. Africa's impoverished by this cracker. You're supposed to be wealthy. You're not supposed to be poor in Africa. You're not supposed to You're not supposed to sit on the richest continent on the planet and be impoverished.
Yeah.
You know, you're not supposed to sit on the richest. So it's not even, it's that as well about sitting on the richest continent and being impoverished. You're not supposed to sit on the richest continent and be impoverished and think that's normal.
Yep.
So it's about gaining everything back that's been taken from you. It's not just good governance. Fuck good governance. That'll come along with it. I want all my shit back. And it's funny how, shout out to the Kenyans. The Kenyans are also realizing through this how wealthy Kenya is. They realize how wealthy all the minerals they said Kenya didn't have. And now the youth are finding out that Kenya's wealthy in minerals. Like, hey, what the fuck is going on? What's happening? Shit's getting stolen. Yeah. You're wealthy like every African country in mineral wealth. Kenya has mineral wealth. Yeah. Gold, cobalt, all that shit that's been stolen, being stolen. So this revolution is the taking back of African wealth, African sovereignty, getting back control of your wealth, which the European never wanted to happen.
Yeah.
Because whatever narrative they say about, okay, the cracker always say, about colonialism or to civilize you. We know that's a lie. But name me one country that's been colonized or neo-colonized that's benefited from being a colony. None of them. They've all been put in poverty. Who's got rich? White people. You can't name me one colony that the white man somehow, I brought something to you. He ain't brought shit but disaster and poverty to you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Maria. Maria, why you ain't out in the streets? Where you at? You back in the village?
Yeah, man, shout out to Maria in the house. Kamlesh is also in the house. Kamlesh, wagwan.
Why?
He was he on TikTok?
On website. On the website, we're gonna share the link of the other stream so you can join there. Those Kiawing.
Oh yeah. Okay. He's on the network. Yeah, tell him to go to the other one.
It's coming, Kamlesh. It's coming.
Okay. So Maria, where you at? You still in the village?
Yeah.
All right. You know you better not leave it. You know you better not leave the village. The 70 might lock your ass up again. he's already warned you.
How you doing, Maria? How you doing today? Maria amenilapa jo.
Maria mwenyewe hadi ako kwa eko.
Ako chago, for real.
Ako kwa eko. Oh my.
That's what's up. What are your thoughts on what's happening in your country? Uganda, anti-corruption protests. Are you going out in the streets?
Sounds like heaven.
Chakana echo.
There's a lot of Angel
It's not that I'm afraid of joining the streets and all that, but I don't think I'll be I'm someone who will just join something gafla if you're too. Because for some reason we know people be doing things in the name of something when they're aiming for something else.
Yeah.
If I was among that team that was organizing this, I would seriously join it, but I cannot just go gafla and I join the crowd like I have left my head behind.
It is like the rent Ugandan translation.
Okay, but do you feel like it's about to leave a mark ama this is just ni moto unaenda kuzimwa tu sasa hivi?
Watazimwa. People watu wanakimbia. Acha mambo yenye mumekaa huko. Watu wanakimbia.
You don't think it's about to be impactful in any way?
If I'm only learning this from social media, you can now understand how disorganized they are.
Okay.
If the majority or the people who are supposed to be involved in this are just learning this, wameona this through habari, they've seen it TikTok and Twitter, right? You can realize how disorganized this thing is. Because well, you cannot work people with chumra too. We are going to know who is going to do that now. For me, I'm in the village. Will I tell you I'm going to demonstrate? We need to organize the organizations zenye zinafanya vitu ya ukweli. Mimi siwezi kwenda kwa street kupata tear gas.
Don't you feel like an organized front would be easily detachable and it's easy to dismantle and destroy?
Exactly. I do.
No, I think you don't. One thing I've realized, more especially when it comes to Uganda, being organized is not like Mwamwe Maramoja, you said from the same area.
Yeah.
But you cannot give people a short notice at Ayabas tomorrow.
Tunaendasana. Yeah.
You don't do that. If it is so, enda bila kuambia mtu. Get your chances that you don't want people to know. Don't start letting military know. We did not see Kenya do this, right? So tuliwaona too streety. We just saw now what when people who are willing, people who are hard, people will be fighting for what what even they don't know yet until they realize why they are on the streets. This is what Kenya did. Until people, okay, so we are fighting for this, all right? But you cannot organize, put on TikTok, you are letting everyone know, the security officials know, at Munakuja, and then it is tomorrow we are coming, no. If at all you don't want to be organized because it is not organized already, Kuja Kafla, your boys, whoever, how many people get on the street, I believe everyone will join. Because people will be, and now everyone is going to run away from the city.
Yeah.
They are going to close their shops. You're not going to see people who are going to put in more fire. They are all going to stay at home. If you don't want to be organized, to be extremely disorganized, just hit people by surprise, and I think that's how it can. But this one, everyone is prepared to meet those people who are claiming they are organizing this. You see, and this is the number one step to the failure.
Okay, but even in Kenya, Ishmani.
Yeah, I have other thoughts about it, and I feel like what Maria is saying is like what is expected. But at the end of the day, how are you going to mobilize people without them knowing? Because this is a mobilization being done on Twitter, right, or on social media, right?
Yeah.
From even stuff. So if how are you going to mobilize people? All of them are on social media. Somebody will definitely see. We won't say this is a space where how would you know this one is a snitch, this one is not a snitch, ametumwa na government or not. So at the end of the day, even if you say stuff like we have to come abruptly, then people won't know. Talking abrupt, I think Ugandans have also towns, right? Or I'm from this city, there's somebody coming also from Rongai to Nairobi. So, somebody from Rongai know if it was not organized through a system. So, of course, you saying when people come abrupt, there has to be mobilization. There has to be a way to communicate with the people about what is going to happen.
No, it can't. I'm not in Kampala, but what I know, all the elites have been blocked from entering the city. So,
Yeah.
You understand what I mean now? Yani, we are not the only people on social media. Unless unasema you are already in the city and you are not moving out, and then you're organizing when you're there. But even the organizers may not reach the spot, same one, because we are not having people, like you say, it come from the same area. These are people who are coming from different areas to meet at a certain point.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, we did not see Kenya declaring this, that siku fulani we are going to do this.
Oh, they did. Yeah, they did. We did that on social media. We did a lot of Occupy on Tuesday, on Thursday. We actually said that.
Demonstration.
Yes, even for today.
It was organized
on Twitter, and they only say on Tuesday, you don't know where it comes from, but people mobilize each other and they decide on Tuesday. There are even posters that run online, and people are told on Tuesday do this, on Tuesday we are doing, and that's why you see a lot of people. That's why I'm questioning, how are we going to tell people if they don't know the same day? You find, that is why you find 5 people when you are in the same area and they are metokea, 30 of them are minding their businesses because they didn't know there was even demonstrations that were happening.
Well, I guess what I can support Maria saying is having something or someone lead is because those posters in Kenya are also made from power.
Imagine nobody can trace HR because
they can't, but they're made by if you know.
Yeah.
They're made from power. So at least zinatoka from, and there's consistency. The colors on the posters are the same, the fonts. So it's coming from one place as opposed to poster.
So when Shadrach was arrested, right? You remember when Shadrach was abducted, it was the one that his face was used for the first demonstration, right? And when he was arrested, he alitoa your hashtag Occupy Parliament. And then he said He was, and then he said, now I don't even know where they are coming from. Everybody keeps organizing, and they've taken the whole thing, and they know how to change it. Digital system. Right now, that's how you find when you are being abducted, people are like, don't use Wi-Fi, use this VPN. This is a demonstration that has a lot of young people who know how to use social media, who know how to use computer
But you also you guys got to understand that Kenya is way above Uganda in tech savvy youth. Much way ahead of Uganda technically and the tech savvy youth. So it's almost like comparing apples and oranges. Kenya's way ahead technically than Uganda is, and the youth are. So that's also you got to have that to account.
But even if you want to mobilize people, I believe there has to be a way. You can you just don't mobilize, because if you mobilize the people from this place or this building, there is somebody even in the next building that doesn't know what is happening. So there has to be also a system. Because if you say stuff like we need a leader, we need people who are organizing, that is how they take advantage of these people who are organizing. The reason as to why they can't calm Kenyans down is because they don't know who's the organizer. People are leaderless. But if you find you actually say, oh, we want somebody who will lead and tell us this is what to do, that is why you flop.
I agree. I don't agree with no leaders. I agree with somebody to be leaderless, because I understand, even coming from the American perspective, where we had leaders. I don't go with that Martin Luther King bullshit. Okay, he was a leader. Or Malcolm X. When they assassinate the leaders, they destroyed the movements. The movements were destroyed because the movements were the leaders. I agree. I think Kenya's the best thing, having that leaderless movement. When they killed Fred Hampton, killed the leaders, they killed off the movements. The movements died because they murdered the leaders off. So I believe it's better to have a leaderless movement. Everybody's a goddamn leader.
Exactly.
Let me first tell you. The people who organized this, they are, of course, the people who are planning to have a march or a demonstration in Uganda, which I feel like this is the biggest problem. They came purposely with a certain flag that will belong to a certain political party. And that is the number one failure, whether you people like it or not now. Because not everyone in the city supports a certain political party, but everyone is hit and people are hurting. Whether it is another different political party or FDC or no, they have the same goal and the same interest. And by the way, when it comes to demonstration, all people reacting to what they need, even people who support the government will involve themselves because they are affected. They want to be heard. All right? Now, if you wake up and say, we are the Bobby Wine people, we are going to march, tell me how many people are not supporting Bobby Wine? The moment you recognize that we are fighting for people under a given umbrella, you are doomed to fail. Because we are looking for a free revolution that unites everybody. Not having a certain party involved or having everyone wearing red capes. The requirements come when you're having red t-shirts. I know I'm not going to do that bullshit of wearing red t-shirts. I don't want to. But I'm hurting. If that's what I'm saying to come the way I want, I will. Don't tell me to wear red t-shirts. I don't support Bobby Wine. No, I don't support what's going on. Don't tell me to wear a yellow because it's the government. I don't support it. But I need change, right? Now, this is what I'm saying. If at all we are to have this, we did not see everyone in Kenya when they had these demonstrations. Other people are saying it is Odinga, Kila Mata are confused. It was like, maybe it is Odinga, maybe it is Sam Flani, maybe it is, you understand? We did not have Odinga's flags flying in this demonstration.
No.
Exactly.
The people who voted for Ruto came. The people who loved Odinga came. The people who loved political parties joined. We did not have any single political party demonstrating
It
on
was
our street.
partyless. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was partyless, it was tribeless, it was ageless. We even have
You will see, we want to chase all the Banyarwandas out of Uganda. And the moment they mention that, they are mentioning all the people from the western part. Of Uganda. We want to chase all these other people who are settled. How can you? How do you want people to be involved? Do you know how many people have been intermarried with Banyarwanda? Do you know how many people have had a good life with Banyarwanda? Do you know how many people are working for their companies? You cannot start categorizing. And this is what I'm saying. You cannot start categorizing because people have different beliefs. But if we unite under one thing, making sure that we fight for what we need, that means everyone is going to respond. We don't need to name it. We don't need to put it under a certain umbrella.
Yeah.
If we are coming to fight for the taxes, fine, period. Whether you're a Muslim, Catholic, a non-religious person, come on. No, we are going to do this NRM. No, a lot of people don't even involve themselves in these political things.
That's true. That's true.
And this is why I feel like this whole thing may fail because they have already categorized it under a specific movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Maria, I'm also seeing Bobby Wine has refused. He's declined that he's not the leader. I guess it's the one that you're talking about, ain't he?
No.
Okay.
We have whether Bobby Wine is declining is a leader or no, but why should they ask people to wear red t-shirts? Who's the party wears red? Who's political party? You know, this is also childish.
Yeah.
Which political party in Uganda wears red? If Bobby Wine comes out and just people love me, this is why they want to wear red. Are you serious? People want to wear red because of the love they have for me, but I'm not involved in this. Are you serious?
It's evident.
So you can see, if at all, yani kuna watu wenye, there are people who don't believe in political parties, mnajua. Wameshatoka zamani. So wezi kuambia mara moja unaambia Samuel lakini ati join because FBC is coming. Join, yani mtu fulani, why? Alafu wanione na red niko kwa kamera. Ukumbavu ya ufanya nini?
But also I feel and this is why I'm saying I feel like Ugandans haven't reached to that point where they are like, let's get out all of us. I'm not getting out for a party or anything.
Well, I'm just
tired and I want to go.
One is going.
Exactly.
I'm going.
Till they reach to that point where everybody is united and they have the same goal, not fishy. Where we have some people putting on red, which means you work for these people, you're going because of this party, this tribe. That is not going to happen. But the moment where they hey, I'm out because I am a Ugandan, because I am tired of this, because I don't part of this, then it's gonna happen. But if we are still in a point where people think it's baby wine, and there are people who are not politically associated just the same way. So ikifika point yenye watamua, and I feel like they're really still comfortable. They need to decide, like they need to get that trigger. Once they get the trigger, then Uganda is just gonna be something else.
That's what's up, man. And as a fellow,
and in your like I was saying, so now most of the biggest population of the youths in Kampala, most of them they work in the capital, in the center. Where it can be interesting. And in the center is where we find the parliament and other, though in a certain location, but still close to where a lot of these people work. Unaona?
Yeah.
And if people come to their day, of course, to do their daily work, it is easy for you to target whatever it is that you want to target. Which means it can be easily done here. But the problem is who is doing this? First of all, people are extremely green. And the funniest thing, watu wenye wana support, they're even not in the country.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
So when social media is on fire, Twitter, all of them are not in the country. The majority, apart from who are in schools and universities, other people who may even involved in this are not even on Twitter. And those who are on TikTok, the majority, they are even outside. They're not going to be around when this happening.
Yeah.
To me, I feel the biggest people when you are finding this is that mobilizing from universities. You understand?
From universities.
Mobilizing from institutions that have people.
You're choppy, Maria.
You're choppy, Maria. Your internet is down.
Everything to lose. People who have high tuition and everything. So this
Maria is choppy. I don't know if you can hear us.
The 70 said enough of your shit.
Man, she's
Lock that shit down. You feel me? Kamlesh.
I agree with Maria 100%. There's no when I had said to which you just clarified that this is not a movement being led by Bobby Wine, but you can hear Maria saying that people are turned up with flags and it's a red flag. That's a big red flag. You have no motive for why you're doing this. Literally, like amna agenda. You're doing it because a certain political leader has or said something. Because I love the way she just posed the question. Like, people are not dumb. You're not turning up with the red t-shirts just because people love you. That's not what happened in Kenya. People turned up with even wengine hata walikuwa wanatoa manguo kwa street, you know? Like kufunga mapua, kutupa tear gas. So yeah, I agree with Maria 100%. The fact that people don't have an agenda of why they're doing this just because of the wine, then you know, it's crazy.
That's what's up, man. Kamlesh is a fellow Kenyan and outsider from the... Really? What are your views on this? Maria. Kamlesh, any thoughts on this? Kamlesh ameondoka kiasi. Ruto is also working on him, man. You feel me? We saw that people are going to JKIA and to Uhuru Park. Do you think it was a smart move to go to JKIA?
So I was reading actually a tweet here on Twitter, which was talking about how Benyawali kwenda JKIA, and they said we're going to JKIA because JKIA is international. This is why we're going to humiliate this man, because the whole world will see how the main airport of Kenya was invaded.
But you know, JKIA is a protectorate.
It is, but they can't shoot because they will scare the people who are coming, the foreigners. That is actually what they were saying.
So that was the answer.
They can't shoot because they'll scare the foreigners. Because mind you, kuna walikuwa schedule of course flights today, but of course there's gonna be, because I saw today JKI said that people should be at the airport 4 hours before their flight. So sijui kama zingine zimekuwa cancelled, whatever is happening, but they can't shoot.
I still saw.
I think it was a great idea, and also they found out that these corrupt bastards were trying to sell JK to the Indians. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
Nyancha went ahead and said the reason as to why. That's his name, right? Yeah, the Senate. Senator Nyancha.
I don't know.
Yeah. Senator Nyancha, very, very smart senator, went ahead and said the reason as to why people are occupying is because you guys have actually given, I think he said like for 30 months or whatever, ownership to another different company, which meant, and I feel
not for 30 months, Shimani, 30 years. 30 years. And then after they're gonna give him 30 years of control, they were gonna give him 18% of the ownership. You out of your fucking mind?
Exactly. And that is why people are occupying that space.
Yeah.
Because you actually can't sell, and they want to pretend. Because I saw Mudavadi coming in this morning to say that this is a rumor, and I'm like, how is it a rumor? Why are you now talking about JK all of a sudden and ownership? If there was no other truth in that.
It's true. They man, like I said, the Kenyan youth are too smart technically. They find out all this information, and these morons, corrupt morons, they got to come out and say, this is not true. We don't know where they're getting this. It is true. It is true, and they are getting the information. And it happened because the Kenyan outside of the country was working for a hedge fund manager in France, seeing the paperwork come across his desk, and he was like, "What the fuck? Kenya's JKA being leased for 30 years," and he told the youth back in Kenya what was going on.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, they come and they can't tell us it's not, because I heard what Mudavadi was saying. This is so funny. He's saying there's a whole process of selling it. It has to come back to people. There is never a process where the government has ever checked on people and asked people their opinion. And even if there were Ruto would have already stepped down because people are saying you should go and resign. So this exactly tells you the fact, or rather gives you the fact that these people are capable. This is what they did to SDR. So what do you mean you haven't done it? So that is why, number one, people are occupying JKIA first and foremost. And I feel like it was a smart move because they were both sides. In the morning, the police,
very smart.
The IG Kome, put all the police officers around JKIA, right? And people turned up in town. So they are going back to town. People are going down to JKIA.
Do me a favor real quick. I'm going to interrupt you, Shamani. Check this out. Understand, JKIA can be Kenya's Tiananmen Square. If you guys know anything about China and Tiananmen Square 35 years ago, understand, that was a rallying point as the Chinese tried to bring down the communist country. It didn't work, but it came close to working. So JK can be a rallying point the same way Tiananmen Square is. Anybody know anything about their history? Just go to YouTube and type up Tiananmen Square, China, and all that shit will pop up. Sadly, they end up killing a lot of them motherfuckers because you dealing with a brutal Chinese dictatorship.
Exactly.
But that was a rallying point. So that's why that can be so important for Kenyans, because they can't shoot and kill you in an international space where they got people coming in and out of Kenya. It looks bad.
Yep. And at the end of the day, it was just crazy because they said 4 hours, right? Right now, JKI is a fire. Like on that road, it's really crazy. Yeah, so let's say for those who are have a flight around 7, you're supposed to be there by 2. Right now, you can't go. You can't. So you can't go to that road. So at the end of the day, they know very well nothing is gonna happen, and that is why people were out there. So it was really a smart move, and I really supported it. We need to speak in the loudest ways possible. I still believe that because if we keep it calm, and I still believe people can say, "Oh, JKA is protected. Don't go there." Parliament was protected. That is the same way people managed to get into Parliament.
Yep.
And when they got into Parliament, it actually blew the whole world's world. True. Because that is something they couldn't imagine. And we're still trying to talk to in the most politest way you don't want to get. I feel like you need people to talk in the most loudest way. And by occupying JKIA means like a very huge conversation. Yep. And maybe you can listen to people. And it's not stopping because it was 16 days of rage, right? I don't know if you guys saw it. 16 days of rage. Still, this is still continuing till when they can listen. And let me tell you, nobody knows where this is heading, HR. Yeah. Nobody, like I can say, baby, it might go for years and years. True. You never know. True. It might end tomorrow. Yeah. Nobody knows, literally. You just fight till you win. Mm-hmm. And that's just it.
Yeah, man. And I saw Kaskazini saying... they would rather use money for an election by now, because they're saying an election right now would cost the country. Now we're losing money every day.
Every day.
It's cheaper to hold an election right now.
Yeah. If it is for a good cause, then let's just hold a new election. Plus, you can say your election is somebody's salary in the government and the money they've stolen, so they can't come and say stuff like it's expensive. And stuff like that. I heard Pasaris talking about, Gen Zs want to economize the government and stuff for the next 1 month, and that is what they've been doing. And the guy says the economy has not been stable before even since independence. So what do you mean for the next 30 days you want to actually destabilize the economy? It doesn't make sense. If this has been happening for the past...
It's stupid. It's stupid talk, Shimon. That's what happens when they got nothing to say when you guys are winning. They're scared to death, so they just say anything. That's why you was first being sponsored by the Russians and Putin, and now the Ford Foundation. They don't know what the fuck to say.
And apparently, I don't know if you guys saw, there's something that went online where they're saying the people who actually benefit from the Ford Foundation is the office of the First Lady. I don't know if you guys have seen that. And I'm like, bro, interesting. After calling out Ford, out the office of the First Lady.
Interesting.
Wow.
It's crazy, man. And we saw her saying she wants, I think, half a billion to pay off stuff.
Which stuff? What does she do?
Stuff, and what are they doing? 200, Mike.
What do they do? Like, I've never seen a very dominant First Lady's office. Like, I feel like the first daughter is more active than the mom. Have you guys felt that?
They should just stop.
They should just stop. I feel like, I don't know if you guys remember, First Lady before had a project called the, what ambulance? You remember the ambulances that was...
Margaret.
Mobile ambulance or whatever, where every country was given.
I remember what it was called. The project was called Steal Money Out the Kenyan Citizens' Pocket.
But what I'm trying to say, she had that project, right?
Yeah.
And that project helped a lot of women. I don't know how much, she stole. It's illegal. But that project helped a lot of people. Those people could, and then it was free. You could not, you are not going to pay for that ambulance for services. When you find in the village there is emergency, before you take somebody to the hospital, you just call and then the ambulance comes and picks you. And there was that in the whole of the country that was running. And that was the one who was in charge of that project was the First Lady. But now I'm seeing the First Lady of this president having nothing. She's just praying in Uganda and praying all over in Israel. Like, there's nothing. Which stuff do you have? What is the stuff?
Maria, did you feel the prayers of our First Lady? The grace ulisikia upako.
Oh my God.
It's crazy. But I've actually never heard anything about First Lady in Uganda.
My name is
Does she do anything?
Does she have an office? She's been there for years. She's enjoyed if she has an office.
Maria, who's your First Lady? The bunch.
Or Nimengi?
First class.
She the funniest thing, she's the Minister of Education and Sports.
Is a minister of what?
Education.
Oh my God.
Of education.
Oh, this man needs to go.
So the son is in the military.
The wife is the minister.
The wife is not only in the ministry, Ministry of Education.
Oh my God.
Let me teach you. You know.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. Look, Maria,
you guys deserve it.
Napoli, with the government you are in now, it's a little bit crazy because I remember there is the son and the father hardly meet. Now, you see people even say the president wants to put the son to be the president or something. Those people are not friends. There's no that man is going to allow that son. Shot the son's foot.
Wait, you say that the son, that is Mukohozi, I think that is his name.
Muhozi.
And so many other friends.
Yeah, Muhozi is the son. Lakini hawako, they don't have that mutual, because they have
Friendship.
a lot of differences in what they believe in.
How?
What if it's just politics?
Okay, yeah.
What if it's
before even the son was promoted to whatever position he's in, the president one day shot his son. He shot bullets on his 2 legs because they're having
Museveni shot his son.
his 2 legs.
And hata mimi naweza kasirikia mzao.
But why is that?
Now when they took they sit for just being the first son and being right? And already is
Damn.
a little bit crazy.
Yo, that's crazy. What?
I know, right?
It's not even
Does he have any other family member in government?
Because he just arrested a 24-year-old recently
Cool.
because he's assaulting
Your president.
his wife and the son.
Yeah, I saw that.
Exactly.
Which is nuts.
I know.
Maria, does the president have any other relatives? Nepotism.
I feel like all his relatives are there.
With of course the wife and his cousin, but I think most of the people are people he was with. I don't know. Most of the people he's with are the people they were together during that time when they of course staged that coup.
Yeah, the coup, yeah.
So when tunaona the majorities wengine waka break away, they created other opposition parties. But the majorities are people he was with when he was staging the coup and all that.
Okay.
And I see this system is the same system in Rwanda.
Yeah.
They're best friends.
I mean, they're teams.
They're best friends.
That man just won the elections again.
99.1.
Flawless victory.
99%.
I was looking at the pictures of his running mates.
I know.
They just looked tired.
And guys, campaign 3 weeks to the election.
Yeah.
And then he won 99%.
That is crazy.
Now our opponents, they just
It's 99% for you niggas, and if you say something, I'm gonna kill you. If you say, Kagame said it's 99% for the rest of you niggas. And if you say something, I got a bullet with your name on it.
And Rwanda is so traumatized. Like that one time I was there.
It's more traumatized than Kenya. I mean, not Kenya, but I'm Uganda. But Rwanda's more trauma. They're more scared in Rwanda than they are in Uganda.
Yeah, because I remember a few years ago I was in Rwanda and the people seem very friendly until you sit with them and really talk to them and you can tell how scared they are. And it gets to around 10 p.m. When it reaches around 10 p.m., some cops walk around with bats.
Yeah, we got exactly. They walk around with guns. I know when I came in Spikes there twice, they walked around with fucking weapons. Damn it, they said these people scared as shit. I said, are they? Yeah, this is a. She said this is a police state.
Alim change. Sina nguvu zake.
Mkiendelea kuongea, the president is making changes, God.
That's why I'm scared. That's why I'm scared to send them there. Joey don't know how to shut her mouth, and the bail out of jail is gonna be too much money. I'm scared.
But Rwanda is crazy.
Hey, if I go to Rwanda, I'll be arrested.
Yeah. Us like 10 p.m. Makarao wanatembea na marungu.
Even dressing code is a problem.
Yeah. And then the president,
Oh yeah, Joey, the dressing code is a big problem.
president works in a CBD with no security.
They lock your ass up.
Yeah, tulimwona alafu his house is in the CBD, yeah.
Oh my
His
God.
house is yani ndani ya tao.
Yani ni kama headmaster.
Kai, ushanile video ile inakwanga na kanyumba katikati alafu ni.
Yo, it's crazy. and the people there are traumatized, and it's like they're brainwashed in a way that they smile to everyone until you really sit with them and talk to them, and you see, yo, hey,
after
that's why so many of them are here.
Yeah, that's why they run out. They run away. Like, man, Rwandese are really crazy. Man, Rwandese, they can't talk.
Yeah,
they just clown.
They don't.
Why he talks? No, he talks only because he's in Kenya.
Yeah, Wiko. Hey, it's crazy.
He talks only because he's in Kenya.
It's crazy because I remember one.
And remember, he doesn't allow the Rwandans to leave Rwanda. He keeps them trapped in that bitch.
It's crazy, man.
And I want my passport.
Unless now talking no janja.
Dang, that guy is psycho, man.
Oh yeah,
he needs to go.
He is big psycho.
Yeah,
but we still have said to Kamlesh and Maria Omehenda. I remember one night we were drunk and we were walking, and then the cops, when they do their patrols, you could see how shocked they were. You guys, you're walking at night, shouting and laughing.
I know.
Until they learned we were Kenyans, and they just laughed and let us go.
For real?
But yeah, they were like, what? We were sat down. They started, we were like, oh, Jama, we're Kenyans, bana. Tumekuja tu trip.
So foreigners wanapelekwa chini ya maji vizuri.
Foreigners you treated well, and then I come back here, I ask my baba, yo, I was in your country, why is it Bono Metoka Ambia, bro? It's crazy to us. No, there's crazy development.
There's only crazy development in the main city.
Yeah, in the main city.
Yeah.
And
that's only in Kigali, yeah.
Yeah, it's PR too, Maze. Ah, it's crazy, man.
I would not want to be born at Rwandese.
Even a Uganda. Even Nigeria.
Equatorial Guinea.
Hey.
Or a Nigeria.
Toby, they going through the same thing you going through. They're just not as woke as you guys are now. God damn, man.
We have freedom of expression. We have we can nickname our presidents.
That's true. You got a little more freedom. That's true.
Number one bullies on X. You know that. Kenyans are the number one bullies on X.
Yes, everybody knows on that.
Yeah, don't try Kenyans on X.
I think right on the X, because on TikTok I've seen also the same video.
Yeah.
And I tried, I was like, yo, people attacked me on a certain video I made, but Kenyans came to my rescue. It's crazy.
I know.
Just expressing the joke.
It's because we're traumatized. All we have is online.
We have online to showcase our trauma. We are jobless. We can go to the street.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Jiba Jaba in the house. Shout out to General Mosquito in the house.
Yeah.
Jiba Jaba is saying an ambulance should be a basic public service. Well, it's not really though when you're in a third world country.
Exactly.
It's a privilege. And like they give us, they sell us things that should be free.
You see the whole thing? The third world country shit? Africa has never been a third world country until colonialism. The third world because everything's stolen. Should be. Yeah. You can't call these motherfuckers the first world because they're the ones stealing everything from the third world. Crazy.
Shout out to Kamlesh in the house. Welcome back.
Yo, I've been having network issues all show. But I got some of the things. But yeah, what is happening, right? It's about time we ended this neocolonialism that is happening. This colonialism by pseudo organizations.
Yeah.
You know, like I was looking at some certain statistics about the Ford Foundation that this president of ours was talking about, and they gave the first lady 100 million, and they're literally sponsoring his cronies. Okay, so when he's telling us about the Ford Foundation, I feel like we should treat this man like Trump. Let's call him out on his bluffs. Okay, nothing this man says is factual. Everything is a bluff. And if you saw what was happening in the CBD today, the regional commander was even talking to the youth in peace.
Yeah, you didn't see him. He was talking to people. He went to the street. and he was
But
laughing.
the thing is, something is changing in this country. We have to change the relationship between the police and the public. We have to reclaim the police as part of the citizens, not part of the government instrument. They are citizens like us, and it is about time we came up with ways to
His name.
reclaim the police
I'm telling you,
as
that is
Kenyan citizens.
Carlos, we have a new Guinness
Breaking
World
news.
Record.
Breaking news.
A Nigerian man whose name is Babajide Israel and the
I can't
Banjo.
hear you.
There is a Nigerian man called Israel who just set a new Guinness World Record for what money?
Twerking!
The longest duration of doing that.
For twerking and clapping that ass.
For twerking, man. Shout out to a
I
Nigerian.
can't hear nothing. My network is really bad right now.
No, but I was talking to somebody from Nigeria, right?
Yeah.
And this guy was saying, he was actually calling out Nigerians. Who's that? There's a lot of noise. He was actually calling out Nigerians to it. And
You guys mute your mics. Mute your mics. Where's all that noise coming from? I'm mic mute.
It's Maria.
Maria, you're on camera. You mute her.
Yeah.
So
Mute your mic
saying,
for a second. Mute your mic. Go ahead, guys.
all right, so I was saying there's this guy, he's a Nigerian on TikTok, and he's been like spearheading, demonstrations and on his space on TikTok and calling out Nigerians to go to the streets.
Yeah.
And he was telling Nigerians like, it's high time we start getting those job opportunities. Nigerians have reached to a point where they only make money through talent. Literally, either they're musicians, they're actors,
content
or rather they're working like this guy. You see, it is really, really sad because there are job opportunities over there, but it is the same people, or rather the people who have taken most of the companies in Nigeria, not even Nigerians. So it is high time in which history the only job opportunities that people can have in Nigeria is acting and music, mostly the two, plus now Guinness World of Record and stuff like that. It is super, super sad because Nigerian is really somebody was saying Nigerian is the VIP. Of Kuteseka. And they are very comfortable because there's also one that was saying that we've already come into agreement that the government can never change. So that's why we remove from our country.
Yeah.
That's a Nigerian talking.
That's why they're here.
Exactly. That's why they're all over.
So many of them here, they're actually all over the world.
All over. In the UK, it's crazy.
They're all over the world.
Their work is to run away.
And it's so crazy.
Exactly.
Even in Hollywood blockbuster films, Nigerians are included in criminals.
Man, exactly. Because they're
Russians, Chechens,
globally the number one.
Nigerians are labeled number one.
Armenians, the scammers, yeah.
Because it is sad because that is the only job they can do, your business.
Yeah.
But they're all job, but they have like the most. It's one of the most wealthiest countries in Africa with the biggest unemployment, poverty, education system.
The wealth gap is huge.
Exactly, and they don't show that in Nigeria. Nigerians even live on top of sewerages. And then they come here and call themselves Odogu. Odogu what?
What does Odogu mean?
Odogu is like a big person. Odogu.
Yeah, man, but back to the topic and back here, dear Maria and Setu. We're seeing a Ugandan content creator called Outa Brian. Very disappointed that protesters failed to show up for the planned protest. He was on the ground and he's like, where are the guys?
He was on the ground in his car. Shame on him. He was on the ground in his car.
Like,
this
where
is
are you
the
guys?
problem.
Where are the people? You know.
You remember the way Kenyan celebrities would go to Mandamano with their cars?
And security.
Take 2 pictures.
They were in the village with Maria and Seto eating grasshoppers and shit. Tired of no protest.
There's a lot of military and police everywhere. People are scared. But this is something we agreed on. So for me, honestly, I'm very disappointed because I'm on the ground. You guys are nowhere to be seen. So why were you making this on social media?
Say it, where are you?
Ugandans.
He is disappointed. You guys are not on the ground.
Maria
He's on
unasema
the ground. He had come on ground to do it. He was waiting for the protesters.
yeah, he was on the ground. He's like, where Kina Maria?
Where is Maria?
Where are the
Alikuwa anaenda kuprotest in his car.
Yeah, he's so crazy, man. He was in his car.
This is what I was telling you. You can't expect, the action. Acha mambo ya type behind our phones. We call MPs and all that thing. This is real action. Which needs for a loud call.
Yeah.
And by the way, recently I realized that a lot of people are waking up to understand. The political game in Uganda is more of a childish game. And a lot of people have been falling, with all emotions. Ugandans always use the emotions na vingine when it comes to these issues. So, like I said, we have had recently a lot of young people who have been dying through demonstrations. Watoto wanakufa and they have been forgotten. So remember, we have a lot of young people, okay? But you taking these people out there,
Yeah.
it needs a lot. People need to be awakened. They need to be fully dressed for this. They have to be mentally prepared. They have to be willing. You don't need to tell me, Maria, I'm calling you right now on your phone. It is me, Joby, and I'm saying, come, we demonstrate. Things go like that. People need it. It is a spirit that people need. To have that spirit, you have to put aside tribalism. When you want to see me on the street and you are insulting my tribe, sir, you are saying the moment we are fighting to chase the teams of Maria outside Uganda. Why should I come?
You should be tribal.
So, unasema, if you come, we are chasing the teams of Innocent to outside from this region. Innocent to come.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we are all hurting. We are doing the business together. The taxes are hurting us the same way. We are experiencing the same things. They need to have a proper approach. We need to have a proper approach. And when it comes to social media in Uganda, it is worse. You go next time when you see Ugandans posting such kind of things, just take your time and scroll through the comments.
Yeah.
Understand that there is no unity in these things they are planning. Because when you put your comment and I read a comment and someone is talking ill, probably about something me I cherish, I'm not coming now. We need to have that one. We need to have that spirit and put aside everything and remember we are all being equally. Because when we are going through this hardship, it does not care you are skin whether you are too dark, I'm on bleach, you are white. There is nothing. You have a big nose, whether you have a big one like mine. No, you are all sweating the same.
Hata kama umebleach.
You may think that you are a woman.
Hao wenye wamebleach wajionangi hata kama ni wa Afrika. You can't tell them anything.
Sometimes they forget where they belong.
The DNA is this.
But we need that, and this we have not seen this in Uganda. Remember, organized. It's a place that collects different people.
Yeah.
We have people from the western, the north, central, south. We have got even people from Rwanda. We've got Kenyans there. We've got so people need to have a reason. See, reason that I'm doing this for a selfish thing. We need to have one. And Ugandans for now, those who are organizing are not organizing that under the interest of the majority.
Yeah.
You are organizing this for your own interest, but you want the majority to follow. Oh, no one. I knew it. But when coming out and say and denying that is not involved in this, of course, people were already talking about this. And people are they are trying to, of course, call on people buy red t-shirts. Imagine, I read a comment where a guy was saying, those who will not come in red t-shirts, we are going to beat you guys.
What?
I know. Wear the red t-shirts, all of you, we shall start with you before we reach the parliament. So when I don't have money to buy the red t-shirt. Niende kununua red t-shirt kupigwa gasi.
At least umedrip, you feel me?
Acha nijakulie pesa yangu nikule ndaga.
That's crazy, man. But all we're saying is we're glad and happy to see that slowly Africa is waking up. It may take time, it may not be next year.
Yeah.
It may not be in 5 years.
Tumtumie.
Yeah, you know, there are people who are excited to go to JKIA for the protest because it will be their first time.
But they don't know it.
Yeah, man, it's Joe on the airport. Yo, I gotta go see. Hey, anapiga look hiyo t-shirt ya red ya Maria.
I know.
Mimi alipo pesa yangu kidogo atinanunua t-shirt.
Yeah, I feel like Ugandans are just trying maybe to copy the Kenyans. Because but the red now is the problem, because red actually shows the party. Because Kenyans on the first time they were told to come with black to show that you're a peaceful protester. And anybody who was found in black in town was most of them were arrested.
Yeah.
Because some of them were even saying, "Mi sikuwa na protest, I just found myself in a black shirt."
Makara wa Uganda kuna ufala. Aki makara wa police.
Talk about it.
What the heck is this? What the heck? What the heck is this? I think people are sitting there. I think it's the video you are showing.
Yeah.
What the heck is that?
And like 50 police officers, right?
Scared us.
I feel like they're also backward. Isn't it raining? Do you think it's the same? Because I feel like they've been protecting Seven in his kingdom. In his kingdom, Namarungu.
Yeah, because I saw police officer. What is police? Maria, what is the national uniform for police officers in Uganda? Yeah, what color is it?
Hawa kuna nyingi.
Ni monadi nyeusi.
They have many really wako. They have many, I can't say specifically.
But ni gani imeandikwa MP? There is one that imeandikwa MP nyuma. Hao ni kina nani?
Kuna hiyo ya kaki.
There's khaki.
Kuna wenye wako na hii ni mapolisi, they have something written MP that is black, like jackets.
Museveni power.
Oh, is it that? Is that the meaning?
Kuna wenye wanavaa black.
With an MP.
Thank you, Seth. To sharing the screen.
Okay.
We have in light green. This is the military.
That green caps in there and UN staff. But this is khaki. Khaki, sometimes one of khaki. There is
and the
black.
ones.
there is black, then there is blue top and a navy blue bottom. Then wakuna madoadoa sometime. Madoadoa.
Crazy, because I saw those ones dressed in black taking the placards for the protesters on Ararua.
And wamevaa black imeandikwa
kuna wa anti-terrorism, kuna wa FPP fanya fujo uone kwenye nasema FP.
reke. Tuwatumie
Kuna
reke.
fanya fujo uone.
Tuwatumie reke. Reke ni wabaya. Reke ni wabaya.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They were those when you were black.
I don't know. Do
you know what that MP means? The one that is written behind the uniform? I was thinking member of parliament, but they're police.
Member of police.
I don't know MP. It's written MP.
How are you?
Our vibe.
Unaenda wako chini Maria wallahi hata ili wetu hata kama akipiga wakala unaenda wako chini. What is this?
That's
time. Demonstrators.
Nafili kwa bado nalinda na room. Baganga kingdom.
That's crazy, man.
So was kidnapped. What was drinking a quad?
The king kidnapped.
In Zambia, claims have it.
But now was I think for that let me start with some demonstration I've seen that have been successful. This is what I see that the demonstrations in Uganda are lacking. We have
What does MP stand for?
MP? Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
What does the initials stand for?
Military police.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
When you tear gas.
We have seen demonstration like university demonstration, especially the government universities, where people demonstrate, where university students are demonstrating, about a lot of things, and these demonstrations have been successful, by the way. To the point that we have had even military officials die through this, and these are small organizations. And the government responds immediately to the need of these people. So, why do we have these small organizations scatter the country? Because the students are organized under one umbrella. They need what they need in those particular universities. So if at all we would imitate, at least if at all we would get one or two from these particular ideas, I would see us really having a successful demonstration or movement to change. But unfortunately, I don't think when this is going to happen, really.
You can never know, Maria. Revolution happens from any time.
We need really to put everything aside. And this is not something that Kenyans have woken up to decide in a day. There has been a difference, Unaona, with you people and how you believe.
Yeah.
This is the difference. Last time, like I was telling you, Joby, maybe you have something that unites you.
Maria, let me ask you a question real quick. Maria, let me ask you a question. How does your mother feel about what's happening in Kenya? How does your mother feel?
First of all, my mom is a Kenyan. So she supports change. And my mom, you know parents, kila sana kama watoto wanaenda kukufa au sasa sikia wanaenda kuwaua. At the end of the day, putting aside the mother feel or the feeling parenthood, the feeling sorry with whoever is on the street, she feels like people needed to wake up. And she was telling me of a certain story of some riots that were happening in Uganda some time back. And of course, that story is a little bit long, but she's very happy that a lot of people are being heard. Because first of all, she's a parent who knows that her children are also experiencing difficulties within the government. So she understands, you know. This whole thing is not about our, the generation Z and all that. It also involved the parents of the young Zs. Because they also, when you want your child to succeed and your child is not, then you're also disappointed. Because each day our parents wake up to, of course, to work harder to make sure that we achieve. And then when we reach a point when they're also feeling tired, though they say African parents never get tired. But when they're tired emotionally, of course, they would want and wish to see change that is bringing hope in the future of their children. So I believe parents, not only my mother, but everyone is celebrating about this and hoping, for the better.
We are hoping on your behalf as your Kenyan brothers and sisters as well. Hoping that everything goes your way. Msichoke bana. Msichoke in the same way as Kenyans, we also continuing with the fight.
Yeah.
And hopefully one day, someday, we shall enjoy freedom and take back what's ours. You feel me? Yeah, man. But we are coming to an end of the show, winding up.
That's gonna happen regardless, HR. Even though Joey wants to stop it because of the children. What about the children? What about the children going to school?
Kids go to school.
What about the children missing school?
The kids are just
Na
chilling.
sasa hivi wakitupatia ndani humo.
Hatuna lakini hapo nje ya ploti.
We found out Joey don't give a damn about the children. They're just making noise and keeping her. They just making noise like no man's business and keeping her ass up at night.
Fuck them kids.
All right. Fuck the children.
Hey, yo, that's crazy. But Joby, one last question to you from Jiba Jaba. He's saying, does Joby know how the bishops feel about Gen Z?
I don't.
She won't ask. She won't ask Jiba Jaba. I want to know. Joby no good ass won't ask, God damn it.
I don't know, man, because I think coming a Jew, if I was to know, I talked to my brother 2 weeks ago, and we chat for long. And every time we're gonna conversate, he doesn't like to mention my dad anywhere. So the fact that he never mentioned him, I mean, I'm like, yo, it just means a lot.
We didn't ask your brother, we asked you.
I know. I know.
Anyways, guys, we're coming to an end of our show. It's been
nice deflection, Joby. We didn't ask about your damn brother. We asked, did you ask the bishop?
I said I don't.
That's crazy.
That's my answer.
That's crazy. But it's been real. We're hoping Maria and Setu can be joining us frequently, at least once every week, especially right now as we follow Uganda and Kenya.
Yeah.
So I'm supportive, and
this is good conversation. This is actually historic right here. Kenya and Uganda talking over open channels. This is historic.
That's what's up, man. Only on Blackwood Fire Network, the media of the 21st century. This has been the Black Kings and Queens.
Yes, sir.
The media of the bishop's daughter.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Setu has just checked out. Kamlesh has been with us on and off. Kamlesh, wasemaje bana tukimalizia?
Kwaheri.
Maria, asante.
All right.
Kamlesh, guys.
Kamlesh,